Hey, Dr. Shaw here with the Upper Cervical Spine Center. Recently, we've had patients in our office and they come in with specific conditions and we help them out with that with upper cervical care. But a lot of them have kids at home and they've asked, hey, Dr. Shaw, can this help my child at home? And I say, of course it can. Every single human being with a brainstem, which is every single one of us, can definitely get help with upper cervical care. If there's pressure on that brain stem, we know that the body is not functioning and it's not healing exactly like it should. So, how can we help kids? Well, actually, to backtrack a little bit, the very first anatomical structure to form, when those two cells meet and create that beautiful baby you may have at home, the very first structure to form is the brainstem itself. So we know that if pressure is on the brainstem, it can cause problems throughout the entire body. Problems that some of these kids may have, and I'm sure maybe your kid or kids you've heard of at school or whatever it may be, are many chronic conditions. Things like ear infections, allergies, colic, asthma, weakened immune system, so the child's getting sick all the time and never really recovering. ADHD and learning disabilities, all these things are affecting our children, especially in today's day and age, and we know that all of these things can directly be caused by pressure on the nerve system. So, how does this happen? Well, we know in any neuroanatomy book, this is well-documented research, that the brain works in a circuit. Every memory, emotion, thought, and cognitive function travels in a circuit in the brain. What happens is the brain has, let's say, a thought. It relays down to the brain stem where it is relayed back to another part of the brain to be interpreted. This works all the time, constantly. So, a misalignment at the top of the neck, putting pressure on the brainstem itself, can interfere with those relay messages from the brain back to the brain itself. You can imagine how the messages of a thought or an emotion can be distorted at the level of the brainstem, which we see can sometimes cause that ADHD, can sometimes cause learning disorders as well. We also know that the immune system is 100% controlled by the nervous system, which is why if there's pressure on the nervous system, that immune system may not be functioning as best as it can, meaning your child's body just isn't healing like it should. So, what do we need to do? We need to get these kids checked for nerve system pressure. Now, if you're worried that, hey, chiropractic care is too rough, actually, it's been documented that the adjustment for a newborn or a baby upwards of 18 months is similar to checking the ripeness of a tomato. That is how gentle we are with our adjustments. Kids from toddlers all the way up to teenagers, it just requires a very simple adjustment to take pressure off that brainstem, so you really don't have to worry about any twisting, turning, cracking, or popping that may injure or scare the child. If you have a kid at home or you just know kids in your neighborhood that need to get their nerve system checked, maybe they're dealing with a chronic disease, maybe they're not, and we just want to make sure they're being well. Give our office a call today at 704-588-5560, and we will be happy to at least do a consultation to see if your child has an upper cervical problem. We're in the Charlotte area, but if you're not in the Charlotte area, give our office a call anyway, and I promise we will find an upper cervical doctor as close to you as possible. I hope you have a wonderful day. Let's get the kids checked, and you take care.